I should have showed how to get that out of the box. This was stacked on top of it, and then this was at the bottom, and I had to heave-ho it and pull it up out of there, and it just pulled straight up out of the box. And this one I like because it came with the toilet seat, and some don't come with toilet seats, others do come with toilet seats, and most of the ones that come with toilet seats nowadays are the ones that go down really slow. Okay, so look for that at the store, because it might be cheaper for you to buy the toilet that includes the toilet seat. Now you can get toilet seats by themselves anywhere from $25 to $45. So see, if you get a toilet that does not come, this does not come with the toilet seat, add, you know, $35, $40 onto the price, and then you'll see what you're talking about. Okay, so now I've got to cut this apart, read the directions and all that kind of stuff, and you know, just take your time with it. It's not a race. It's not a race. And I'm going to read the directions and see if I have to install the tank first. And these tanks are kind of small nowadays. And this one is designed to only take 1.28 gallons of water to flush, because it doesn't flush all the water out of the tank. There's a special innards in there that kind of sucks the water down a tube, and it prevents you from having to waste your water. Okay, do your homework and get the toilet that you want. Now I think we just got one with just one flush handle, but they have some where the handle is split, one for number one for number two. They even have buttons on the top, one for number one for number two, to where maybe you're saving that much more water or something. So like I say, they've got all kinds of prices at the store, models at the store, brands at the store. This one happens to be Kohler. It's one of the top of the line. I mean, there's quite a few different ones: Kohler, American Standard, and then there's a couple other brands too. You know, if you have any questions and you're inundated with all the toilets that are at the hardware store, talk to someone in the plumbing department, and maybe they can help you out to get the toilet that you need. Yep, sure enough, it came with the wax ring. See, there's a wax ring on here if you do decide to install it with a wax ring. Okay, but this looks like just a flat wax ring, and the wax rings I like to use is the one that's got the black deal on the bottom of it too. So this is just a generic one, but it does come with the bolts and washers and nuts and stuff if you need some extras. But like I say, I am not going to use that. And I was going to give you a tip. These straps, I usually cut them off with my 10 snips. Okay, but did you know you can pull these apart without 10 snips? I'm going to try it. Most of the time I can get it. See, you just find where that is, and you would just use your fingers and pull it off. And sometimes, see, I was going to try to pull it from the front, but it started ripping because that was the only part that was loose. And then sometimes you can just get to the back side and pull. Look at that. It's lots of times I wow people when I'm at the lumber yard, like if there's a big thing of lumber and I need to get a 2x4 or something, and they've strapped it, or they've strapped something. You see, here's the front again. Now this time the front, oh, that's the back. See, the front, lots of times you can't get it, but if you can reach it all, you can pull it, and see, it's still left some stuff. Then you just take it from the back side, pull it off. It's as simple as that. And that's how you pull off. Like if you go to a concert and they put that thing on you, or a hospital or something, and you can't peel it off, reach underneath on the back side, and you'll see that it's loose, and then just pull it there. It comes right off. You don't need any scissors or anything. Okay, I have not seen the direction booklet yet. I was hoping it was in with that, but that looks like just the toilet bowl. And it came, like I said, it came with the seat, and there's the seat. I'm hoping the direction booklet is in there, and it probably is. I'll get to it in a minute. I figured it would come with the directions. And they were down inside of here. And I'm just going to take a few minutes. Oh, it's 3 different languages. That's pretty cool. I'm going to take a few minutes and read this. Are all toilets created equal? Well, not exactly. For how they get it, how the tank that gets installed onto the toilet. And see here, here's the toilet caps. And I was pretty sure it came with toilet caps. But I went ahead and got some at the store that I can take back. So I'm gonna take a few minutes to read on this, and only like this one because the tank, see how it kind of curves up in an angle on both sides? She kind of like that. And see, it's a small tank, my word. Is there enough water to flush it? Yeah. See, this one, it is designed that the water sucks down through this cavity right there, and it flushes down. Thereby, it only takes 1.28 gallons. See, it's not going to take all that water in the bowl, in the tank. So it looks like that comes up, and then it starts coming down, and it causes a suction, and somehow there's just enough water that gets flushed down in there to make it work. And most toilets nowadays are about 1.28 gallons. I looked at quite a few different toilets, and that kind of rang a bell on quite a few different toilets. So I'm gonna read a little bit more on the directions because what I'm hoping to see is if I can install the toilet bowl first, maybe. This is the heaviest part of it. Maybe I can install that first and get it situated and everything before I actually install the tank on top of it, or it might be easier because there's enough room all the way around it to maybe do it before. And it doesn't look like it's gonna, that right there doesn't look like it's gonna be that heavy. And usually, most of the time, I mean, I've seen professional plumbers put a bowl on first and then put the tank on last. And it, like I say, it just depends which kind you get, how the holes are set up, how the screws are set up, and all that kind of stuff, because they're not all done exactly the same. But I'll read the directions and I'll figure it out, and we'll do her like it says. Well, blow me down. Look at this. He's installing it without the tank. Put the bolts on where they go, and he's putting the tank on and tightening up the tank before he puts the he's tightening up the bowl right here before he installs the tank. You see that? He's tightening everything down, and the tank will be installed after the fact. Well, okay. I'm kind of liking that. I think maybe they decided to do that because they want you to put a level on top of the tank when you get done. I just kind of make it about the same. And over it says, do not over tighten, do not over tighten, because if you over tighten anything, you could crack the bowl, you could crack the tank. Okay? Oh, there's my little helper. Hey, Pippas. You gonna help? You gonna help Papa? You gonna help Daddy? No, maybe not. Maybe she's not gonna help me. Okay? The next thing is I've got to put those bolts in. You know, that's gonna hold the toilet. So I'll get those ready and show you how that's done. All right, let's get this figured out. And on this particular one, they've got the slots. You see these 2 slots here? That's the only 2 I have to mess with. Lots of times I might take the Herkel flange and flip it around, and you would use this side over here as it's flipped around. But they did this way, and they had to make it pretty straight. And because once you get your toilet on there, you don't want it to not be coming square off of your wall. And see, what do I have? 12 1/8 or so, and 12 3/16. That's really close to the center of that. That's nice. They did a good job with that. But see, if they installed this the other way, then you would take your bolt, slip it in here, and then turn it over this way and get it situated wherever you wanted. And see, the bolt is oblong. See how it's oblong like that? If you were using those, you would put it sideways, slide it, and then twist it. Okay, but we don't have to do that. And there's enough room in here. But the trick is, once you get it in there, and before you tighten the toilet up, you gotta make sure that this doesn't want to twist on you, because it could twist on you, and it could maybe start coming up out of your hole slightly, or something like that. And I may want to tighten before I put that in there. I want to measure on the toilet and see from center to center where that is, because I could put that right there. I could slide it all the way in there tight, or what have you. Okay, and what they tell you to do is, see, sometimes they give you these little plastic wings. Well, see, and you would put that on here afterwards. Slide it on down there. And believe it or not, they say, oh, that's supposed to keep that secure. Look how loose that is with that being on there. You know, do you want it to be that loose? I don't like just doing that. That's why I like to double nut everything. And double nutting means that I may not even use these plastic goodies. And I may use the metal ones. And see, in one, I only got 2 plastic goodies, and the metal ones. The metal ones are supposed to be where you put over the top of the toilet bolt, over the toilet bowl, bottom flange, you know, after you get the toilet installed. But because they gave me this, I've got extra washers, I've got extra nuts in here, and all that good stuff, don't I? So I'm gonna have to look at that. And those nuts are probably the same. These. Okay, they gave me 3 washers. That's probably okay. And these nuts are nice and thick, but these nuts will still work too. Okay, so double nutting would mean I'm gonna put this in here like that. I'm gonna put a washer down there like that. I'm gonna actually put the nut on and tighten it up with my crescent wrench. Then this will be coming straight up. It won't ever get loose, and that will be down there, and it's not gonna affect my flange or anything. Then after I put the toilet down, I've got the other washers here, and see, you get these little plastic deals, and this sets up off of the flange. You put that down, and the washer, and then another nut. Boom. And that keeps that tight, and then you snap the cap over it. And I've seen lots of people put this down and just nut it down. But then sometimes this kind of gets cattywampus, and it doesn't, and you're not tightening it down properly because they didn't have any extra washers. Okay, stick with me, you'll see. I'm gonna measure on the actual toilet and see where I need to be. My guess is it's gonna be about 6 inches, but see, if I put it on the inside to inside, it's about 5.5, and I could slide it all the way to about 6.25 or so. And I don't want to get this too close or too far away and have it not be down in the middle of the hole. They give you a little bit of slop, mind you, but I want to check that out before I tighten those up. Okay? That's my next step. You see on the side what I'm talking about, how if your bolt's way off to the inside, you should be able to do it the middle or the outside because it has a slide on there. It should be fine wherever I put it, but I'm just going to check it out just to be safe.